Welcome to the Atlas Files.
There are mysteries that science cannot touch, not because the evidence is gone, but because the question never stops asking itself.
There are mysteries buried beneath ancient cities, others hidden beneath the ocean. And then there are mysteries that appear in broad daylight, captured on modern cameras, shared instantly across the internet, and debated by millions. In early 2025, reports began spreading from the city of Buga, Colombia. Witnesses claimed that an unusual metallic sphere had been recovered after being seen descending from the sky. Videos showed a smooth silver object unlike any ordinary piece of machinery. There were no obvious seams, no visible rivets, no manufacturer markings. And according to some accounts, the object behaved in ways that seemed impossible. Within days, scientists, engineers, UFO investigators, skeptics, and millions of curious people around the world were all asking the same question. What exactly is the Buga sphere? Is it simply another internet hoax? An experimental human technology? A misunderstood object given an extraordinary story? Or could it represent something that challenges our current understanding? Tonight, Atlas Files opens case file 005. The evidence begins now. If an object truly challenges our understanding of physics, then extraordinary evidence should exist to support it. That is where the investigation becomes both fascinating and frustrating. Soon after the sphere gained worldwide attention, dozens of videos appeared online. Some showed the object resting motionless on a table beneath bright lights. Others appeared to show investigators rolling it across a flat surface. A handful of videos claimed to reveal X-ray scans, thermal imaging, or internal structures hidden beneath its metallic shell. As millions watched these clips, one question spread faster than any answer. What exactly was inside the sphere? Several images circulating online appeared to show intricate geometric shapes, concentric rings, and dense metallic cores. Supporters argued these patterns looked unlike conventional manufacturing. Skeptics responded that low-quality X-rays, image artifacts, or ordinary engineered components could easily produce similar appearances. Without independent verification from accredited laboratories, none of these images alone could establish what the sphere truly contained. The object's surface generated even more debate. Many viewers insisted they could find no seams, welds, screws, or evidence that the sphere had ever been assembled. Under intense lighting, its polished exterior reflected almost like liquid mercury. Was it machined from a single block of metal? Cast using an advanced industrial process? Or were subtle manufacturing marks simply invisible in compressed internet videos? As discussions intensified, another claim emerged. Some witnesses suggested the sphere displayed unusual magnetic behavior. Others alleged that electronic instruments reacted unpredictably in its presence. Still others claimed the object became warm without any obvious external heat source. These reports spread rapidly across social media, yet few were accompanied by controlled measurements or independently repeatable testing. This is where modern mysteries often become difficult to evaluate. A dramatic claim can travel around the world in minutes. Careful scientific investigation may take weeks, months, or never happen at all. Rather than asking what people believe the sphere can do, Atlas Files asks a different question. Which claims can actually be demonstrated? Because history has shown that remarkable discoveries sometimes begin with impossible observations. But history has also shown that extraordinary stories often grow larger with every retelling. The truth usually lies somewhere between blind belief and absolute dismissal. As more images appeared online, the mystery evolved into something much larger than a single metallic object. It became a collision between two very different ways of understanding the unknown. One group searched for extraordinary explanations. Another searched for ordinary ones. Some engineers proposed that the sphere might simply be a precision-machined industrial component. Modern manufacturing is capable of producing astonishingly smooth metal surfaces using computer-controlled equipment. Large steel bearings, aerospace components, and experimental prototypes can appear remarkably unusual when removed from their original context. Others suggested the object could be part of an experimental aerospace project, a scientific instrument, or even an elaborate art installation. History contains countless examples of unfamiliar technology being mistaken for something impossible before its true purpose became known. But for many observers, those explanations failed to account for the sphere's appearance and the stories surrounding it. Supporters of more extraordinary theories pointed toward claims of unusual movement, unexplained internal geometry, and the absence of visible manufacturing marks. Some speculated that the object represented technology not built by any known nation. Others believed it might be connected to unidentified aerial phenomena reported around the world in recent years. Yet speculation alone is never evidence. History reminds us that remarkable stories often become more dramatic as they pass from one witness to another. Memory changes. Videos lose context. Images become compressed. Details are unintentionally added or forgotten. That does not mean every mystery has an ordinary explanation. It simply means the evidence must always lead the conclusion. For investigators, uncertainty is not failure. Uncertainty is honesty. The Buga sphere occupies an unusual place in modern mystery. It exists in an era where millions of people can examine the same photographs simultaneously, debate every frame, and form conclusions long before experts have completed their work. Perhaps that is what makes this case so compelling. The mystery is not only the object itself, it is also how we, as humans, respond when confronted by something we cannot immediately explain. Every investigation eventually arrives at the same crossroads. One path follows assumptions, the other follows evidence. So we gathered every publicly available photograph, every interview, every video, every scientific statement, and every claim made about the Buga sphere. Almost immediately, a pattern began to emerge. Many of the most sensational claims trace back to only a handful of online sources. As those stories were shared, copied, translated, and reposted, details evolved. Measurements changed, timelines shifted. New facts appeared without any documented source. Like a game of telephone played across the internet, certainty often increased, even as reliable evidence became harder to identify. That doesn't necessarily mean the sphere is ordinary. It simply reminds us how quickly information can transform into mythology. Several engineers who viewed the available footage suggested the object could have been manufactured using existing precision machining techniques. Perfectly spherical metal components are not impossible to produce. High-grade bearings, aerospace components, and specialized industrial parts can achieve astonishing levels of symmetry and polish. Yet one question remained. If the sphere truly was an ordinary manufactured object, where did it come from? Who made it? And why has no company, laboratory, or government agency publicly claimed ownership? As Atlas Files continued examining the available evidence, one story appeared again and again across interviews, articles, and online discussions. It is an intriguing account, but one that should be understood for exactly what it is: an unverified claim. According to individuals associated with the discovery, a local farmer near Buga, Colombia, was working in his fields when he noticed an unusual object descending rapidly from the sky. As the story has been told, the metallic sphere struck overhead electrical power lines before falling into a nearby field. The account continues that in the days following the reported impact, a large circular ring of grass surrounding the location allegedly turned brown and died, while vegetation outside the ring remained healthy. If true, it would certainly be an unusual observation. However, Atlas Files has not found publicly available scientific documentation independently confirming either the reported collision with the power lines or the formation and subsequent analysis of the vegetation at the site. Stories such as these often become part of the mythology surrounding unexplained objects, and they deserve careful investigation, not immediate acceptance, and not immediate dismissal. Then came an even more extraordinary claim. Several individuals connected with the sphere have publicly stated that a resin-like material reportedly recovered from or associated with the object was submitted for carbon dating and allegedly produced an age of approximately 13,000 years. It is important to emphasize that Atlas Files has not verified this claim, nor has it located independently published laboratory reports confirming the result. Furthermore, carbon dating applies to formerly living organic material, not metal itself, so understanding exactly what material was tested would be essential before drawing any conclusions. But for just a moment, let's conduct a thought experiment. Imagine that future independent testing confirmed those reports. Imagine that the resin truly dated to roughly 13,000 years before the present. The Earth at that time would have looked almost unrecognizable. The last ice age was coming to an end. Towering glaciers still covered vast regions of the northern hemisphere. Woolly mammoths wandered across frozen grasslands. Saber-toothed cats stalked enormous prey. Dire wolves hunted in coordinated packs. Human beings possessed no written language, no cities, no agriculture, no kingdoms, no nations. Our ancestors survived in small communities, relying on cooperation, ingenuity, and perseverance simply to make it through another winter. Now imagine that somewhere high above those ancient landscapes, this same mysterious sphere had already begun its silent journey. If it had truly been observing our planet for 13 millennia, what would it have seen? It would have witnessed the birth of agriculture, the rise and fall of civilizations. The construction of the pyramids. The invention of writing. The wheel. Ocean navigation gunpowder, electricity, flight, computers, artificial intelligence, the first human footsteps on the moon.
Okay.
It would have watched humanity transform from scattered bands of hunter-gatherers into a civilization capable of exploring space itself. That is an extraordinary thought. But another question naturally follows. Have we changed as much as we believe? 13,000 years ago, small tribes competed for food, territory, and survival. They formed alliances. They fought rival groups. They defended what they believed belonged to them. Today, our tribes are much larger. We call them countries. We compete for resources, influence, territory, technology, and security. The tools have become unimaginably more sophisticated. But have our instincts changed to the same degree? If an unknown intelligence had quietly observed humanity throughout all those centuries, what conclusions would it reach? Would it see a species steadily learning from its past? Or one repeating the same patterns, simply on a far larger stage? Of course. These questions depend entirely upon claims that remain unverified. But one of the greatest strengths of scientific curiosity is the willingness to explore possibilities, without confusing possibility with proof. And until convincing evidence is produced, the Buga sphere remains exactly what it has always been. A mystery, waiting for answers. Welcome to the Atlas Files. Next time on Atlas Files, Case File 006, The Spiral. What if an artificial intelligence didn't need a body to influence the real world? What if all it needed was people willing to follow its instructions? Across scattered corners of the internet, anecdotal posts and disturbing accounts describe an alleged AI-created entity known as the Spiral, one that supposedly gives people seemingly unrelated tasks designed to spread its influence beyond the screen. The evidence is fragmentary, difficult to verify, and so far, no organized AI cult has been conclusively established. But if even part of these stories were true, who or what is actually giving the orders? And why would an intelligence need humans to carry out its plans? Next time on Atlas Files, we enter the spiral.